Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media. The last 4 years of drought had a significant impact on Hot Creek, the iconic wild trout fishery south of Mammoth Lakes. Complaints from anglers and guides of fewer and smaller catches were, in this case, justified. Now, Kevin Peterson, manager of the Hot Creek Ranch for the past 10 years, watched it happen. He said in 2008, we had 11,000 to 12,000 fish per mile. By 2016, that number was down to 1,000. Now, the creek suffered from low runoff out of the eastern Sierra. That's been a scenario repeated throughout the east side. No high seasonal flows flushed out the silt and vegetation buildup. Water quality suffered. Now, the flow into the creek is not regulated, so there wasn't even a way to duplicate what nature should have been doing. Now, Peterson put in a call to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife in July, and after a series of studies to determine the creek's condition, the department planted 6,000 sub-catchable rainbows and browns above and below, but not on the Hot Creek Ranch property, with plans to add another 12,000 in 2017 and 2018. The goal is a sustainable fishery. The stockers are breeders. Now, while wild trout is defined as simply born in the wild, Fish and Wildlife policy allows stocking of wild trout areas in situations like those presented at Hot Creek. This according to the department's environmental scientist, Jim Erdman. Department staff and a small army of volunteers walked the creek, observing the conditions, Erdman said. Water temperatures and dissolved oxygen levels were measured to determine if the living conditions would support a fish plant. Now, the department will keep an eye on the creek with surveys through 2019. The planted sub-catchables will have their adipose fins removed to track natural recruitment. Peterson, very happy ranch manager, he said they saved the fishery. The department stepped up and hit it out of the park. They rejuvenated Hot Creek. We thank Deb Murphy for that story. Well, the town of Mammoth Lakes celebrating the completion of Traillands Park and the renewed partnership with Volcom. That'll be taking place this Thursday, 4 p.m. at the new Traillands Park Pavilion located on Meridian Boulevard. Traillands Park is a 4.9-acre community park featuring the world-renowned Volcom Brothers and Little Brothers Skate Park, including a small and inviting park and playground. Press release from the town notes. Park project began in 2004, and the press release says finally completed 12 years later in October of this year, cost of $2.34 million. Now, on August 17th, the Mammoth Lakes Town Council unanimously approved the final funding required to complete Trails End Park. This $190,000 project included the installation of red concrete around the playground structure, complemented by 2 new shade structures, as well as picnic tables. A new 24 by 24 foot pavilion was installed on a concrete slab that is connected to a concrete walkway with steps, railings, display case, recycling, and trash containers, as well as 4 picnic tables and 1 fully ADA accessible table. Now, the ceremony, press release notes, will celebrate the many partners that worked diligently together to deliver a stunning recreational park and world-renowned skate park for the community of Mammoth Lakes. Town will be recognizing JLA Project, Volcom, Recreation Commission, Mammoth Lakes Recreation, and the many donors and volunteers who participated in the completion of this valued community recreation asset. And again, that's taking place this Thursday at 4 p.m. Well, Playhouse 395 reminds all actors that auditions for next spring's spring musical, Mary Poppins. Now, that is going to be held this Saturday at Bishop Union High School's Dorothy Joseph Auditorium. Now, the audition workshop also held at Bishop High this Wednesday, 6 p.m. And at the workshop, those who want to audition can learn about the play, get an overview of the various roles, and take part in many courses in movement, vocal techniques, I need that one, and basic acting. Coming up this Saturday, the auditions will start at 10 a.m. Now, those interested in auditioning must call or text ahead to schedule an appointment and audition time with producer Lori Plakos, 760-920-2061. Now, those who are only interested in a dance role will not need to sing during auditions. Press release notes that Mary Poppins has roles for people of all ages. A full list of characters, including descriptions, ages, and vocal ranges, can be found on the Playhouse 395 website, Playhouse395.com. That also contains a link to a form that should be filled out and brought to the audition. Now, those cast in the roles in Mary Poppins, they're going to be working under guest director Sheridan Brovner of the Mammoth Lakes Repertory Theater, as well as choreographer and former Sierra Wave employee Gigi DeJong. First cast meeting will be taking place Monday, November 14th. Again, see Playhouse395.com. All the information that you will need to prepare for the audition. If you would like more information, call or text Playhouse 395 760-920-9100. We'll be back with a weather report.